Discernment is a wonderful ability to perceive something that is not exactly in front of you. You cannot see it, you cannot hear it, and you cannot judge it. However, if you have the ability to discern, then you can save a lot of time, a lot of headache, and a lot of pain in your heart by just knowing which turn to take in your path in life. So stay tuned. We're going to break it down into two main categories. One will be how to sharpen your skills. If you don't have, and if you have never heard about discernment, what it is, you're curious, I'm going to explain it in very simple language, and in 1 minute you'll get it and you can start working on it. And the second one will touch into values and how important it is for us to know our own value, and how when we can recognize values on others and ourselves, then we can make that discernment even more quickly and clearly. So in order for you to collect information about the situation, the person, the company, you want to, which is number 2, listen to what is being said to you. You want to be with that person and listen more to what the person says. So for example, I don't think you should just do your online checking. I don't think you gain discernment with that. And I know that that's also a way of gathering data. But this kind of data for the discernment, you actually have to be present. So that's why listening is so important, because people oftentimes reveal themselves when you start talking to them. So it's about paying attention and then collecting every information that they are telling you. And this way you are making a discernment to see if your value matches with the person's value. So this is where it's the absence of judgment, because you are not judging from a place of bias. You're actually collecting data, and with that analysis you are understanding, I have this value and it's really important. Does the person have the same value? And if it does, it's a match. If it doesn't, it's always going to be a struggle. Why is this so hard? Because it requires self-reflection. The first homework in order to have better discernment in life is to understand yourself, and it's to understand your core values. When you know your core values and what you want and what you cannot deal with, it's a red flag, then you can discern that right away, and that will save you so much time. But most importantly, it will save you a lot of pain and struggle. Lastly, discernment is not an easy ability to have, and it's one that also requires experience. Everything that we have gone through life, it's basically to teach us discernment. So even after you have all this data, you have to know how to utilize it. And in order to understand life, you need to experience it. And that's why sometimes you may be born with it, but then you may not be able to fully become good with this ability until you experience certain things. And when you do, and you learn from these experiences, you gain discernment. And the last thing I wanted to just make it clear so there is no misunderstanding. Discernment is not intuition. Discernment is not a feeling. Discernment is either a spiritual gift but it's based on collecting data. Intuition is different. Intuition is a whisper. It's a feeling. It's oftentimes people say it comes from your gut. And for that, you need to quiet yourself down. And the more you can quiet yourself every day, you can listen to that intuition. When you have the ability to discern, it's important that you take action on it and don't silence your own ability to perceive and see things. So this is another one. When you are young and maybe you have this ability, if you are under a culture or a group thinking situation, unfortunately, your power of having discernment will be completely useless, because when you are in a group thinking environment, you often have to compromise and And even if you have a different opinion and there's no psychological safety in you opining that opinion, that gift will go on waste. So oftentimes a lot of people in our society have that gift, but they're not able to express it. This is why it's important that you spend some time with yourself and you understand your own abilities. And once you do, then you can make the right turns in life. It just helps you. It's another way of using a tool that is divinely orchestrated for you to follow.